Hi, everyone. Welcome to English with Caitlin, an English listening podcast. Today's episode: Why a Teacher? Hello, everyone. I've been doing this podcast for a while now, and I've been in English as a second language teacher for 5 years. I've been teaching English in South Korea. But maybe you are wondering, why did I become a teacher? Did I always want to be a teacher? Well, the answer is yes. Since I was about 12 years old, I've wanted to be a teacher. Have you ever seen the movie Matilda? It's a very famous movie based on a book. The story is about a very smart young girl who grows up in a family that doesn't care about her. They don't care about school or learning. They don't even care about reading or knowledge. But Matilda loves reading books and she loves learning. When Matilda finally goes to school, she meets a kind and gentle teacher named Miss Honey. Miss Honey really cares about her students. When I watched the movie as a child, I thought, wow, I want to be a teacher like Miss Honey. Miss Honey inspired me to be a teacher. The word inspired means something gives you a strong, positive feeling, an idea, or motivation to do something. So, since I was about 12 years old, I've dreamed of being a teacher. During high school and university, I focused on my major. Major means the main subject you study at university. My major was art. I loved art and I thought maybe I could put together art with teaching. But I had a big problem. I was very shy, very shy. Shy means you feel nervous or uncomfortable when you have to talk to other people, especially strangers. A stranger is a person you don't know. I didn't like speaking in front of big groups. I really didn't like speaking in front of strangers. Do you remember my episode on public speaking anxiety? Public speaking anxiety means being very nervous when you have to talk in front of other people. That was me. But I worried, how can I be a teacher if I can't even speak in front of people? So, how did I change that? How did I stop being so shy? Becoming a teacher. The truth is, to get better, you just have to practice. At first, it feels uncomfortable, but with time, it gets easier. Every time I gave a speech at school, the next one became a little easier. I also tried to get out of my comfort zone. Let me explain this phrase. Your comfort zone is when you feel safe and comfortable. If you only stay in your comfort zone, you can never change and get better. So, getting out of your comfort zone means doing things that are new, scary, or uncomfortable. But these things help you grow. For me, that meant talking more in class and speaking to people around me. Another thing that really helped me was my part time jobs. I've talked about it a lot, but I've had many different part time jobs. Many of my part time jobs were in customer service. Customer service means working with customers, people who are buying something. For example, I worked as a server in a restaurant. A server is the person who takes your order and brings your drinks and food. They are there to take care of you at the restaurant. Sometimes I had to serve large groups of people at one table. Speaking to large groups of customers felt a little like giving a speech in class. At first, it was scary, but after many times, I got used to it. That experience really helped me later when I became a teacher. I didn't want to give up my dream of being a teacher. When I was in my last year of university, I was planning to study for a master's degree. A master's degree is an advanced degree, the next level of university. It usually takes about 2 more years. But the problem was, it was expensive. Education cost a lot of money in the United States. University cost a lot of money. I worried about how I could pay for it. I was really worried about the money. 2 more years of university was not going to be cheap. So I started trying to think of how I could save money. I had a plan to finish university and then join the military. The US military will support your university. It will help pay for university. So I thought I could do that. But to be honest, it wasn't something I really wanted to do. My only motivation was for the free university. I had no other reason to join at that time. So, what did I do? Let's continue becoming a teacher. Something unexpected happened. A friend of mine reached out to me. She told me about teaching English in South Korea. I was surprised. I had never thought about teaching in another country. I didn't even know it was possible. I asked her questions and did research online. The more I learned, the more excited I became. Teaching English in South Korea sounded much better than my other plans. It was a chance to live in a new country, to challenge myself, and to finally become the teacher I wanted to be. So I made a big decision. I packed my bags and left the US to start my new adventure in South Korea. That was 5 years ago, and I still love teaching English. Because of my love for teaching, I started this podcast. My goal is to reach English learners all over the world. I want this podcast to help you and maybe even inspire you. Just like Miss Honey inspired Matilda and inspired me, I hope that in some small way I can inspire you too. That is all for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you for the next episode. Bye bye.